Storyboards are a really good tool, but you should be careful that your storyboard artist doesn't end up becoming the director by proxy. What I find really useful is to take a handy cam very quickly and take a skeleton crew, even your actual crew, and go and shoot your film with a handy cam in a car park or in an office building, wherever you need, and that way you can frame up your shots and see how things play out, and it helps with your script. And that way you're not having to spend a whole lot of time on storyboards for something that may change on the day, because often lighting conditions and things like that can change very quickly. And you can work out your stuff that way. So it's sort of like a previs rather than storyboards, but each to their own. Storyboards can be very handy, especially if you're looking to do a stylistic kind of picture.
It saves you getting material you don't need. It makes you be more witty, because storyboards, you can actually see how images can be very cleverly juxtaposed. So, and how you can tell story much more efficiently. We often overshoot and get all sorts of stuff where story can be told in very simple terms. So it can save you time. And I think it can be useful to the actors as well, who maybe don't understand the craft of storytelling so strongly. So when they can see visually what's required of them, and they can maybe, it may help them understand the performance that's required.
I storyboard for scenes where there's lots of elements. Like I'll storyboard a storm at sea, or, that have to be made out of composite elements. If I've just got 2 or 3 people in a room, I don't storyboard, because I want to work organically with the actors.
I storyboarded, I'm a terrible drawer, so it was very much stick figures, but I storyboarded the most important, I had it in my head, but I think storyboards are really important for Guy, the DOP that I was working with, so that he could see the vision that I had in my head.
I'm more interested in being more precise in my film work and wanting to get away from the television style, which is now, because of digital formatting, that everyone shoots the hell out of everything. So I think it's a really strong point to be very specific about what you want to shoot, really, and so that's where storyboarding comes in, where you actually go, what is the images I really want to create here, rather than, going out and shooting everything.
I think storyboards save you money at the end of the day. Storyboards are just another tool to only get what you need to get, not waste time and resources getting stuff that you don't need to get.
As far as the filmmaking process is concerned, storyboards are, I think, integral. They make the whole process of production, post-production, linear. Everybody can see how it's been thought out and how it should go together. From an editing point of view, I can absorb that, but also then bring along my point of view from that. It's not restricting me in any way from how it gets constructed, but it gives us all a very good overview of what the piece will be.
Storyboards can help you, with logistics and figuring out what you need for a shoot. But if you're a good filmmaker, you should have a shot breakdown. You should decide, take your script and you break down into the props you need and the art department you need, and even you do a shot list even before you do a storyboard, so you have some sort of idea. And a storyboard is only a tool, and it can only take you so far. And quite often you'll find, especially on bigger films, shorts as well, that once you get there, that things don't quite work out the way you want, and you end up just throwing all the storyboards out. Shot lists are much easier because they can be changed in a keystroke in Excel rather than having to beautifully sketch out all the stuff. Not that storyboards need to be really detailed, they can just be stick figures. Many directors do fantastic stick figures, and that's all that you get every day on set.
I think a good relationship with the DOP is important, more important than storyboards. And as long as you and your DOP are on the same page and you've talked through things beforehand, storyboards are only a static sort of like moment, and you might go there and you can figure out a better place to put the camera on the day. So storyboards are good to give you a bit of confidence, and to give you a bit of an idea, but I don't think that there's something to be followed to the letter. They might be good if you're making a commercial or something to show the people who are paying for the commercial what it's going to look like. But as a director, I think you've got to roll with it.
Storyboards, I think, can be really important for a film, but I don't think they're essential, because storyboards can really help to visualize the film. and they can, you know, help to see what you want to shoot. But sometimes they could, you know, get too bogged down and distracted. I think a storyboard really depends on what type of film you're making. If it's a character-driven film, does it need that? But if it's kind of a big scoped sort of sci-fi, something like that, then storyboards are essential, and they're a really good tool. It just, I think they're not, you know, essential for every film.